Yo, what's going on, yo? I'm JBHOOPS, and today I'm talking about 5 guys I think will break out in the 2022-23 NBA season. And let's just get right into it with my first candidate, which is Markelle Fultz. If Markelle Fultz can finally have a healthy season, I fully expect him to break out and display his talent and skill set, which made him the #1 pick in 2017. Last season, Fultz played in 18 games returning from his ACL injury and was very impressive in those games. He averaged 10.8 points and 5.5 assists in just 20 minutes a game. The Magic were significantly better with him out there on the court, and his ability to get into the paint at will, finish inside, and create open looks for his teammate was very evident, and I expect him to solidify himself as the starting point guard for the Magic. Fultz was second in the league in high value assists per 75 possessions at 9.60, in front of top tier playmakers like Luka Doncic, Darius Garland, and James Harden. Over the past few seasons, he's improved drastically as a free throw shooter, so I think it's entirely possible his 3-point percentage could also improve, and if Markelle can get consistent starter type minutes, I think he'll for sure be one of the top candidates for the Most Improved Player award, and I'm really excited to watch this Magic team in the upcoming season. Another guy I believe will truly elevate his game this season is Keldon Johnson. He's definitely a player who could blow up this year. With the DeJounte Murray trade, Keldon Johnson is now pretty easily the Spurs' best offensive player, so he'll get a ton of shots, especially since the Spurs don't really have many primary ball handlers, apart from some of the rookies and also Trey Jones, who isn't really going to take many shots away from him. So I can definitely see Keldon improving on his really solid season last year and putting up closer to 20 to 23 points per game. He's been very efficient throughout his career, so that might drop a little bit, but that's something to be expected with higher volume, and he'll obviously be playing with less talent and experience around him, but Keldon Johnson is for sure a guy I expect to take over that primary role for the Spurs. Another pretty obvious breakout candidate for the upcoming season is Tyrese Haliburton. With the Malcolm Brogdon trade, the team is pretty much Haliburton's, with Miles Turner probably on the move too. In the 26 games he played with the Pacers, Haliburton averaged 17.5 points and 9.6 assists, as well as 1.8 steals on the defensive end, while shooting a super impressive 50.2% from the field and 41.6% from 3. With some nice young pieces brought in through the draft, some really great complementary players like Jalen Smith and Isaiah Jackson, I think Tyrese Haliburton will really level up his game, putting up similar assist numbers to what he did to close last season, whilst also putting up closer to 20 points per game for the season. Another guy I've been high on for a while and I think is due for a huge 22-23 NBA season is Patrick Williams. He got injured early on last season and pretty much sat out the whole year, and with the Bulls looking to compete for the playoffs again next season, I think Patrick Williams will be the key to them making a deep playoff run. Williams had a few really solid playoff games against the Bucks, and he also put up a huge performance in the last game of the regular season with the starters sitting, putting up 35 points on just 21 shots. I can definitely see the Bulls looking to get Williams at least 10 shots a game, and with his efficiency and overall defensive versatility, he's going to be a huge piece for them, and I can see him being much more involved in the offense if he can stay healthy, averaging somewhere around 15 points per game next season. Now I've quickly just got some honourable mentions before we get to the last guy. So I think De'Aaron Fox is set to have a great year as the Kings push for the playoffs. He was excellent offensively post the Sabonis trade, and I expect that to continue. Jaden McDaniels is another guy I think will have a really good season. He was the key piece the Wolves were able to hang on to in the Gobert trade, so that obviously speaks to how highly the organisation views him. He's been a monster defensively, but I also expect him to take a jump offensively as the flashes of ball handling and self-creation were super impressive last season. And the final honourable mention goes to DeAndre Hunter. The Hawks are clearly looking to be a competitive playoff team through the DeJounte Murray trade, but for them to be a serious championship contender, I think DeAndre Hunter will need to elevate his game, which I definitely think we could see him do this upcoming season. Now for my final breakout candidate for the 2022-23 NBA season, I have PJ Washington. I expect the Hornets to be pretty average next season, probably in the play-in at best, especially because of the Miles Bridges situation. But one person I expect to heavily benefit is PJ Washington. He'll get more minutes, more touches, and more shots whilst also being a consistently good defender. And I can see him taking a similar offensive leap to what Miles Bridges did last season. Probably not as drastic, I don't see him averaging 20 points per game, but he's definitely capable of averaging above 15 points per game. Alright, that is all I got for this one. Leave a like, subscribe. I'm probably going to do some individual videos on breakout guys like Markelle Fultz and Keldon Johnson. So if you want to see those, run up the likes. And that's all I got, so I'll see you in the next one. JBHOOPS out.